Good morning. Hopefully the algorithms aren't stealing too much of your life force today. I'm giving away a Glove 80 and the special edition of Dune that has blue pages. That's pretty sick. This is for my config hackathon, dotfile hackathon that I was running in the vestibule last week. It took a while to judge because I'm the solo judge for this one. In the future, when we do more hackathons, which will happen every other week this entire summer, and the next one is going to be a game jam. So if you're a game developer, stay tuned for that. I'll release the theme like this Sunday, and then it'll run for 5 days all the way through the weekend, and then it'll be judged on Sunday. And that one will have a panel of judges and a community vote, and we'll try to like organize it a little. Oh man, I was just like fixing my hair, and I was gonna cut it out because that would be embarrassing, but check out my elbow. You just got study mogged. The plan is to really snowball the prizes. Unfortunately, I'm a broke college kid and my job is not crazy. It just covers my expenses. But I have lots of cool little more thoughtful things to give away as hackathon prizes. I can give my mom's books away, signed. I can kind of assemble little packages of books as well. Like could make like a package of capitalist books. We got some Ayn Rand. Maybe I'll throw my copy of Fountainhead in there. Get you a little bit more radicalized for capitalism. We got some existential crisis causing pseudo-philosophy from Marshall McLuhan. That's my favorite genre. Maybe you're a bit of a wastrel and you need a wake-up call. I can send you some caffeine pills and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I got some more classic ones like Archetypes of the Collective Unconscious. Now you might be like, I need money, I'm starving. Capitalism is squeezing every last penny I have out of me. But that's just too bad because I'm in the exact same boat and you're going to have to just be happy with some knowledge. And then last but not least, very reluctantly, I'll give out my copy of Cheese Primer. Now this book I owe all of my success to, but I figured that someone else might be able to carry the torch. I'm going to do a couple honorable mentions and then I'm going to do second place winner and first place winner. So there are a few that I wanted to point out. Let's see. There was a second submission from Matt Lebrec. Let's see if I can find that. Matt Lebrec.
Open up a new window and it just tiles and resizes everything. It actually, as you can see, will scroll. And
isn't that wild? He's got like a 2D grid window manager. There's some people are just next level. I never knew about anything like that. He's got a very nicely designed setup other than that. All right, so I had to find it. I had to dig it out of the Discord, but he actually resubmitted. He added a cool custom wallpaper background. God, New Hampshire is ugly. No, I'm sorry. I have to sit. The Vermont police demand that I say
this is what I use for listening to, as you can see. The other app that I wanted to showcase quickly is Physician. Physician is what I use for listening to music, and that is because I actually self-host my own version of Spotify. I self-hosted.
This is just so damn based. Get off the cloud services, self-host everything. I'm gonna have a big cluster for the server. I'm making this all about me again, but it's gonna have like lots of audiobooks, lots of ebooks all hosted on it, which is totally not piracy, by the way. So don't even think about that. And I'm also gonna host a lot of stuff on the extra compute I have, but yeah, get off the cloud providers ASAP. Skip Spotify, skip Audible, just get your own stuff. Skip all the streaming services. It's way better to have your own stuff hosted. But yeah, huge shout out to Matt. Drop a sub. Drop his channel some love. He's got an amazing setup and he put a lot of hard work into it. So my next honorable mention is this one. So first of all, beautiful wintry setup. I love this theme. It looks great all around. It's super.
Which I realize some are on my.
Like fast and snappy. He shows very pragmatic use of the operating system, and this bar is really nice too, the amount of information on there. But the real highlight I wanted to show is this little utility he built for the operating system. Let's see when he uses it, called Keytree.
So if I launch it here, it's pretty much a tree of different apps and kind of subfolders of apps that is navigated by single key presses. So if I go into like social, it's Discord, Slack, etc., and bookmarks, you can open in bookmarks like YouTube or something, and then also like games and stuff.
Dude, isn't that awesome? And it's got this blue and brown aesthetic going as well that I really like, that lets these things stand apart. And it's the way that it's centered and has these little lines drawn out from the center. Amazing dot file submission. And he's got so much there's so many goodies in all of these. This was actually kind of painful for me to
a key, and it'll use key tree to transition to different states. So if I now transition,
He has great task management too that blocks certain apps and games at different hours, which is amazing. Yeah, I guess I was just saying like it was painful for me to even select winners because like it's hard to really pit these things against each other exactly. I don't know. It's like they just go in such cool and creative directions. All right. So our second place winner is Drake Dev. Drop a sub. Oh, I'm not signed in. I would drop a sub. Actually, you know what? Let's sign in. I'm just committed to this. All right, copy this. Yeah, not to be confused with Drizzy Drake, who was once a lame and is still to this day currently a lame. How do I subscribe? Oh, I guess I already am subscribed. Boom. Look at that. All right. So his submission, he has like an incredibly like pragmatic side to this operating system, and then an also like super creative artistic side. So he's got retro Minecraft in the background, right? That's kind of cool. He's got like a very reproducible NixOS config. His NeoVim configuration is all written in Fennel. He has a translation layer, which is just next level. This guy is an absolute demon. You should go watch the full thing. I just for the sake of time, I'm kind of skimming because I've already watched a lot of these in a stream, but it gets pretty unreal. So like right around here
is actually not a screenshot. So if I hit my Alt M bind, this is actually a full-on Minecraft world that we're using as my desktop. The idea here is that this
he'll go into his philosophy, but you should really check this out and kind of message him and ask him about it because there's so much potential here on the server to have kind of I don't know an integration where you can like interact with people in a productive way while also having like a 3D world to walk around. And then he even uses computer craft later to like he has a closure interpreter running on here I think, and then he can even like stream from his operating system back into Minecraft. So like there's just a next level sandwich going on here. There's so many other little goodies and Easter eggs in here. It's phenomenal. And then my first place winner, which might be a little unconventional for some people, is well, what's the channel name here? Maxwell. Drop a sub. I did drop a sub on the main channel. I think I went and subbed to all of these people on the stream, but yeah, he's got just this like so the rice here is like super religious themed or just church themed, which I love this like glowing kind of dark wood plus gold theming. And then he's also got like just look at the background, isn't that so funny? He's got like just a candelabra. But why was this my overall choice? So he has like a pretty pragmatic setup. I think like there's a certain point where you kind of max out the pragmatism of your operating system. I don't that might be a controversial take. I don't actually know that that's true, but I think he's just running like basically an arch setup, D menu to select things, to open things up. But what blew my mind, what blew me away is
that choice is Muse score, so I can just load up any score that I have on my computer, and it'll just pop right up there. Using D menu, of course. And in here, I don't know why I scrolled this way. I can like, sorry, 1 second. There we go. I can, have some pseudo Vim bindings, so I can go type in, but I'm in insert mode right now, I guess. And so then there's my notes. I can change the duration and stuff. Oops, I added this letter there. And you can also go in selection mode and just select all that. Oh, and it's gone.
I don't know how he did this, but this is just wizardry. Like bringing Vim to music composition. That's what made this the winning submission for me. It's just like taking one thing that should be everywhere, like everyone should be using Vim, every normie should be using Vim, and bringing it to a whole new field. And if in the future, like the Vim legacy, the Bram Moulinar legacy continues into the music community, it may be because of you, and that's just like phenomenal. And then he has some other like little workflows at the menu to open up like his music and stuff. But it was just so cool to me to see a musical submission, like another hobby brought in from outside that he's like used the Vim spirit all over and like customized to his heart's content. That is just so good to see. And then he also has this lightweight VM. Well, it's kind of a heavyweight VM where he can pass through windows, which is a useful feature, I'd imagine. And then a couple of other, like he has very tight file system sync with his phone. But yeah, that was really like what gave this the win for me, is just like the cohesion of this kind of church theming with the music composition. Like imagine how nice it would be to be just like a composing music with Vim bindings in your like little cathedral setup. Like that's just so awesome. But yeah, in the future, I think because it's so hard to actually judge who wins this, because there were so many good submissions. Like, I want to just have a panel of judges who are super corrupt and biased, and then I can basically just be a puppet master and make my decisions through them. But you'll be blaming them instead of me. All right, I'll catch you next time.